Thank you, Jim. There are a few speeches and speakers that I like to hear more than Nate. And when he told me about this idea for a speech a few months ago, maybe, I was excited. This is a Buffalo awareness speech. And you might have some ideas of where Nate's going to go with this, but I promise you that you will have never heard a Buffalo awareness speech like what you're about to hear. Mr. Nate Mishler.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. It is a privilege for me to be able to stand before you all here today at Bob Evans and to speak on a topic that is near and dear to my heart. This, my friends, is an epidemic in our country. And the only way to combat this is by increasing awareness for everybody here and everyone you come in contact with. So what I would like to ask of you all today is, as you leave this place today, if you take nothing else from this meeting this morning, I want each and every one of you to please remember that Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. Now I can see it on all your faces. I know what you're all thinking. Nate, how can I help? So let me just start by saying the first step is to get a true understanding of the problem. And the way you start with that understanding is by first diagramming the sentence. So, because this is a grammatically correct, unpunctuated sentence in the English language. And so let me just go ahead a little bit further and explain. The word buffalo in this sentence is used three different ways. The first time it's used as a proper noun, or a noun adjunct. In other words, it's an adjective describing another noun, where a noun describes another noun. And you've all heard of the city of Buffalo, New York, where the buffalo wings came from. They are, it's a port in western New York, right off of Lake Erie. The second way that this word is used, again, used as a noun, the word buffalo also refers to the American bison, the buffalo that many of us are familiar with. It's an animal that roams the Midwestern plains and goes great with baked potatoes. And finally, probably the most rare form that we're going to talk about today is when buffalo is used as a verb. And I've listed a couple different definitions here of how buffalo can be used as a verb. And one is to puzzle or baffle, confuse, mystify. Used in a sentence, he was buffaloed by the problem. But the one that I want to talk to you about today is this definition here, where when buffalo is used as a verb in the form to impress, intimidate, or display a power, importance, etc. In other words, the older boys buffaloed him or bullied him. And friends, this is not an amiable trait. So, when you actually describe the words and you look at where it's used as an adjective, used as a noun, or a verb as it might be, it starts to become a little clearer that buffalo, 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 buffalo. Now, I think I can tell you're very passionate about this, so I'm going to go into a little greater detail here. If we were to exchange the words and try to clarify this just a little further, we go with the synonyms. If buffalo used as an adjective, we make it a little more vague, and we just say New York. We're going to call it New York. Buffalo, the animal, we're going to call it a bison for clarity. And buffalo, the verb, we're going to go back to bully. So, when we add in a few extra words that are some implied words, and I'll leave those in parentheses, you can see that the sentence would actually read that New York bison, whom other New York bison fully, themselves, fully New York bison. So as I had said earlier on, this, my friends, has become an epidemic in our country. And what I'm asking from each of you, our path forward, our plan of action, is as you go about your day, as you go about your week, as you talk to other people, I want you to spread awareness and make sure other people are aware of this epidemic. I had first became aware of this on Facebook 3 months ago, so although I don't have any scientific facts to back this up, and a lot of it is speculation, unless we increase the awareness of this subject, then we'll continue to see buffalo, 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 buffalo. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.